Nicole Pietz was born on February 26, 1973, in King County, Washington. She was the only child of Gail and Rod, whose marriage ended when Nicole was still in high school. Despite the family upheaval, Nicole thrived. She was athletic, sociable, and effortlessly charming. She loved spending summers at Lake Sammamish, east of Seattle, where she felt free and happy. After graduating, she attended Western Washington College, studying public relations. She worked as a fitness instructor, quickly becoming a favorite among clients. Later, she earned a management degree and secured a position at a major communications company. To everyone who knew her, Nicole had built a successful and promising life. Behind Nicole's bright exterior, she carried deep wounds. When her parents divorced, she turned to alcohol. What began as teenage rebellion escalated into a serious addiction that took hold of her life. Her mother, Gail, worked as a flight attendant and was rarely home. Nicole lived with her elderly grandmother, who didn't recognize the warning signs. By the time anyone realized the truth, the damage was severe. Nicole developed pancreatitis and required surgery. The most devastating consequence was hidden. The alcohol had permanently damaged her reproductive system. Nicole would never be able to have children, a loss that would haunt her throughout her adult life. Nicole refused to surrender to her addiction. With her mother's unwavering support, she entered therapy. Gail attended AA meetings with her daughter, sitting beside her through every difficult session. Together, they fought to reclaim Nicole's life. She achieved sobriety and remained committed to her recovery. She became a leader in her support group, inspiring others to believe they could overcome their own struggles. By the mid-1990s, Nicole had rebuilt her life. She was healthy and happy. She had survived the darkest period of her existence and emerged stronger. She was finally ready to embrace the future she had fought so hard to earn. Nicole met David at the gym where she worked as an instructor. He was 4 years younger, tall, handsome, and disciplined. He never missed a workout. Nicole caught his attention immediately. Their connection deepened over time. Their relationship lasted 8 years before they married in 2002. They had a modest but beautiful wedding ceremony in Hawaii, surrounded by their closest family members. After the wedding, they settled in Linwood, Washington. They bought a house and adopted dogs. Nicole loved cooking elaborate meals and hosting gatherings. To everyone who knew them, they appeared to be the perfect couple, inseparable and deeply in love. But the marriage was not what it seemed. Nicole worked hard, studied, and helped others overcome addiction. David, however, lived a different life. He couldn't hold a job. He spent money on alcohol and nights out. He cheated on Nicole openly, carrying on affairs with various women. His relationship with a woman named Jane continued for months. He even brought Jane to their home, where Nicole walked in and discovered them. This was the cause of their final argument. Nicole confided in her mother, Gail, heartbroken but still believing David could change. Gail begged her daughter to leave him, but Nicole refused. On February 26, 2006, just days before her 33rd birthday, Nicole vanished. She failed to show up for her AA meeting, something she had never done. She didn't arrive at work. Her mother, Gail, tried calling repeatedly, but every call went to voicemail. David told Gail they had argued the day before. He had tried calling her, but assumed she was still angry. He waited until evening to raise the alarm. The police weren't concerned. She was an adult, and less than 24 hours had passed. But Gail and Rod didn't wait. They flew to Linwood and began searching themselves, posting flyers and begging for information. Days later, a jogger discovered Nicole's body in a neglected area of a local park. She was naked. She had been beaten extensively. The cause of death was asphyxiation by strangulation. The brutality was shocking. Her mother, Gail, collapsed upon identifying the body. David's reaction was noticeably different. He showed little emotion, and his grief appeared performative. The police took note. The investigation revealed that Nicole had been killed while sleeping. Her dental mouthguard was still in her mouth. Her wedding ring was found in a jewelry box at home. She had been taken from her bed, murdered, and dumped like garbage. Nicole's car was found 2 weeks later in a parking lot. Forensic teams processed it thoroughly. There was no blood, no signs of struggle. The only fingerprints belonged to Nicole and David. But the driver's seat had been adjusted for someone much taller. Surveillance footage showed a man using Nicole's credit card after her death. The man wore a hat and dark glasses, but his build matched David. Cell phone data revealed the most damaging evidence. After the murder, Nicole's phone was used to send signals from different locations. Every time her phone pinged a tower, David's phone pinged the exact same tower. For 6 years, David walked free. He collected a large insurance payout. He married Jane and had a child. He built a new life while Nicole's family grieved. But in September 2013, police arrested David and charged him with first-degree murder. He denied everything and agreed to a polygraph test, which he failed. His defense tried to paint Nicole as a troubled woman who had relapsed, but this strategy failed. Witnesses testified about her commitment to sobriety. The prosecution presented the evidence methodically. The jury deliberated and returned a guilty verdict. David received 18 years in prison, the maximum sentence allowed by law. Nicole's family finally received some measure of justice. Gail had spent 6 years fighting for her daughter. She had watched the man who killed Nicole walk free while she mourned, but the loss of her daughter could never be undone. Nicole's legacy lives on in the people she helped. Her friends remember her strength and kindness. Her AA group remembers her dedication. She survived addiction, rebuilt her life, and inspired everyone around her. David will be eligible for parole in 2025. For Nicole's family, that date will bring new challenges. For now, the killer remains behind bars, and Nicole's memory remains alive.